I really liked the work today. I really did. It was, it's when you're thin in a lot of spots, it's really strategic in terms of play count, how long you want them out there, how long you want to sustain a drive, things like that. So I tried to do the best thing I could to get out of the scrimmage. I think we just have a few nicks, but nothing major. But it was good to see a lot of our guys get work. And everybody got work today, all the way down to our, the guys that are walk-ons that usually don't get many reps, they got some reps today. So it was really good to see them function and make some plays. I thought defensively, they had to stop when they needed to. I think we had a couple scores offensively, but I think for the most part, their body of work today, they kept them, relatively out of sustaining drives and keeping them out of the end zone. We had a few scores, but not as prevalent as we want to shut them out if we can, but I thought the offense did a good job on a couple of those drives. And then offensively, B-Lou looked good. It looked like he was in control of what was going on. I thought he made good decisions today. I thought Jay Lee kind of sprinkled and made a couple nice runs today. Dion did okay. Charlie Offerdahl, little man, did okay. So we had a few guys that are in the backfield. We're thin there, but those guys did some good things, in our run game. I thought our tight ends had a couple nice catches. Eric had a nice little flat catch and made a big play down the sideline and got it close into the red zone. I thought that was a big play, that breaking a tackle and going down the sideline. So it was good progress. After roughly almost 2 weeks, I felt it was a good idea. We didn't want to. It was pretty. I would say it was a pretty vanilla scrimmage. We didn't want to show too much, given it was a public scrimmage, but we did what we wanted to do, today in terms of seeing what the schemes that our base level schemes, that how well we can execute those, both sides of the ball. I thought we did a good job of give and take with good competitiveness on both sides. So it's good.
Of your backfield, you mentioned it's thin. No Alex today.
He's still, nursing his hamstring, so he's a little bit down there. We don't want to jeopardize. He's close to being back, but we're going to wait until next week for him to come back. So it was thin at the running back position, and we got through it. It was good.
Quite a few pass breakups out there today, starting with
yeah.
Nico Reed. Has Nico made that jump that you were hoping to see?
He was making that jump even a year ago. The things that you saw today, he was doing a year ago. And you saw him in the games. And matter of fact, the Washington game makes a big play at the end of that game. So he's on track, I'll tell you that. He's on track to doing the things that we expect him to do. So it was good to see that he was in the same rhythm of the things that he was doing positively for us last year. So, yeah, we're very pleased with him. I thought Josh Wiggins, young man, made a nice play on the other side. So I thought there's some good pass breakups. How about Jordan Wolverton breaking up a touchdown, which would have been a clean touchdown, and he came from nowhere and made a great play. So that's another one of those things that I really like. Here's a guy that was a quarterback a year ago. Now he's at safety, and he's starting to show some promise at safety. So good work today. Good work.
Daniel Arias with a couple highlights today, including the touchdown later in the scrimmage. Is it encouraging to see that from a senior wide receiver
Absolutely.
in the offseason?
Absolutely. And the same thing with RJ too. RJ's a little bit not full speed, in terms of where he is, but he still scrimmaged. He did a couple nice things. Montana made a couple nice catches. So, but Daniel, yes, he's a guy with his size and speed. You would hope that, when he gets a chance to get one-on-one coverage, we're expecting him to win those battles. And he had a great battle down here with a jump ball, in the early part of the scrimmage. So he's doing the things that we expect him to do.
On signing day, one of the coaches mentioned the confidence of Josh Wiggins that you liked, and he kind of showed that out there.
Yeah.
Did you see that out there?
He reminds me a lot like this year's version of what Nico was for us a year ago. Nico came here last year in the summer really with the same confidence and attitude that I can play, I'll show you, and was able to back those things up. And I think Josh is kind of very similar. He has the same attitude about coming here and trying to make an impact, and it was good to see that he made a play or two today too.
You mentioned wide receiver a little earlier, but specifically with Montana, obviously you guys are really thin there, but what did you see from him, and do you think he's a guy that could be able to take a leap come fall?
That's what we're counting on, and that's what he's counting on when you talk to him too. He's expecting to up his game this year, and it's good. Like I said earlier, he had a couple nice catches today, and so he's on track. He's on track to doing those things. That's a position we're really trying to manage. We're really almost at the halfway mark. This is 7 practices, so we're almost at that halfway mark. So we still got 8 to go, so we want to try to survive 8 more if we can. So, but I'm very pleased with where he's at.
Karl, obviously, as you've gotten into these spring workouts, obviously a lot of turnover on the roster and the coaching staff. How have you gone about the challenge of building on the foundation you've put together the last couple of years, instead of maybe letting this feel like a year one type situation?
I think, the guys that we hired that have, kind of really transitioned very well, the new coaches that they kind of had a similar core beliefs of what I've already had established here, so that helped the transition for them. Even though they're new, it's kind of been really seamless about them trying to really mandate the things that are important for us to be successful. So, they're good coaches. They're guys with energy. You hear them, all over the place, and they're doing all the things that I would expect them to do. And it's great that those guys have quickly kind of really adapted very well, into what we've done the last 2 years, and really are building on the things that we've done the last 2 years.